Hope at Crafty Hope, and welcome. This is about the third time I've recorded the video for the audio for this because my microphone has broken, and so I'm trying to use my AirPods to do it, and they've been whacking out on me too. So I'm getting kind of frustrated. So I hope I can get through this um, one more time and get this up for y'all. So we'll see what happens. If there's some glitches in here, I do apologize. I'm gonna try not to put it up if it sounds too funky. Okay, so I am working in this little junk journal that I made, and starting with collage. I'm trying to cover up some of what's on there. There was a bunch of spray ink that was dominating the right page, and then the left page had a little bit of a magazine. I'm covering it up right there. So I'm trying to get that on there, and because there's that kind of pink ink over there on the right side, I'm using some Dynaflow ink. Y'all, I don't really know what that stuff is consists of. I don't know if it's an acrylic ink or something that comes in a big set. I bought mine years ago at like an Owl's Five and Dime, which yeah, I can't find those anymore. But I put some of that ink down. It goes perfectly with the ink that's on the right side. And this is magenta ink is what color it is with the Dynaflow. And I've watered it down quite a bit and decided I needed to kind of echo that dark bluey black with some Payne's gray. So I put down a little bit of acrylic paint in Payne's gray and watered it with my distress sprayer and get it nice and watery and almost inky like, and I'm just spreading that out on the page. Just again, I'm trying to make what's going on, and I'm going to go ahead and admit I didn't even really do that consciously when I was doing this. It was just kind of like, this stands out. I'm going to make it, I don't know. Like my brain just was like, make it work. Everything's got to feel more cohesive. And then I'm going to dry this. I've got so much water and everything on there. Now, y'all, when I started this page, this is my base. I've put down my papers, I've put a little color down, and now what I really wanted to do in this page was just kind of get messy. I was really feeling using some super fine tip materials and making circles, and that's what I'm doing. This is a like 0.3 millimeter mechanical pencil that I'm just making some circles with. I love the like scratchiness you get with the super fine tip. And so I just kind of played with that. And then I'm pulling out this fine tip fine liner that's got airbrush medium and oh, I always forget. It's fluid acrylic ink and no, fluid acrylic paint in black. So it's like a 50-50 mix of that in there. And again, it's got this needle tip, and so it makes this scratchy sound on there. And I love that. I did not love the scribbles I was getting. They felt too dark and were drawing the eye too much. So I pressed a piece of paper down on top of that, and it smooshed it out, kind of pushed it back, and it was perfect. So I'm going to do that again here. Did some more scribbly lines. I'll put a piece of paper over it to kind of smush it out and blur it. And I think I even do it one more time because that stark whiteness over on the right side of the page is just too much for me. So I'm going to go over there a little bit with that fine liner. Yeah. And again, this page, in the end, it's not the most beautiful page I've ever made. It's stepping back and looking at it, it's an okay spread, but it's the details that really draw my eye in this. When I look at it closely, it makes me drool a little. It's so good. So, all right. So I've got those down. I decided I needed some splatters. So I've got some white acrylic ink and my fan brush, and I'm just splattering that all over the page. This really helps because it picks up some of the inks and colors I put in later. And right here, there, that fan brush touched my page and made that neat little fan pattern. So I decided to go ahead and just put that elsewhere on the page. And it's kind of a neat little accent on there that I absolutely didn't intend. It was a happy accident, and I definitely rolled with it. So one of the other things besides fine liner things I wanted to play with was some coffee. So I am reconstituting some instant coffee and just painting with it. I'm putting a bunch of circles on this page. I was really feeling in a circle mood. So pretty much all the mark making I do on here is circles. It was just the jam I was feeling. And I rolled with it. And so I got those coffee circles down, and before drying them, I'm using a Stabilo all pencil in graphite, so it's just kind of a light gray, and going around each of those circles. It doesn't really activate or do much, but help me distinguish where the circles are. And I need one more up there at the top. Again, that white and that upper right was bothering me. All right, so I've got that all in there, and I'm going to dry that coffee real quick. I'm going around some of those circles again with that graphite. And then I'm going to come in with something else. Oh, another fine line. This is a 0.3 millimeter Uniball. I think it's Uniball. I'll have links to everything below, but it's a super fine tip, like needle tip pen. And I am making these small, super scribbly, messy circles. And I was totally digging this mark making. There's something about that needle tip of it that has that scratchy sound that I just love. And I kind of got in the zone with it and just put these little scratchy circles all over this page. It was so cathartic to me, and yeah, I was really enjoying myself with this, getting these circles done. Like I said, this whole page has this whole circle theme to it. I tried to do some other things, but really it was all about the circles. And I just did this page to play too. I have been working on my 100-day project, doing a lot of assemblage and thinking real hard about what the steps and the next steps and how to accentuate these things. And for this, I wanted it to be just instinctual and less, I don't know, I didn't want to think about it too hard. I just wanted to grab things and go. So I grabbed my Stabilo all pencil in black, and you can see I'm holding it near the end of the pencil to really have a little less control of it as I make these super messy circles around each of my like coffee circles. And I'm using a fairly small paintbrush with a lot of water on it to activate that Stabilo. You know, I love this. Oh, it's so good. It's, some of that water pools in certain areas while it's activating that Stabilo, and it just gives this such a grungy, yummy feel. Oh, love it, love it, love it. So once that, did I dry that? I don't even think I dried that. I felt like I needed a little more white in there because that splatter I'd put down kind of got ate up with some of the other things. And so I tried a white watercolor, and that didn't work at all. And I'm going to try some white gesso and water it down a little just to add some white on the page. But I'm going to play with it a little too long, and it doesn't really add anything either. I'm going to pick up. I felt like I had too much white in some of these spaces, and I'll pick it up with my paper towel. Yeah, because I was like, no, that's too much white. So I don't know what I was feeling. It was just wanting to push back some of it and let those circles stand out a bit more, but it doesn't really do a whole lot. Now, the whole thing was with the splatter and everything feeling kind of galaxy to me. So I grabbed this, I think it's called a chalk writer or something like that. It's from the Dollar Tree in the craft section. And this is a gold one. And I'm just adding little gold dots. There's little circles and dots that are just kind of interspersed everywhere. Nothing specific. I just wanted that little touch of gold on here. And if you don't have this chalk writer thing, you could probably use a distress crayon or uh, I don't know, a crayon in general because it's just kind of a waxy crayon. Now I wanted to add a sentiment and I didn't want it to be super big and in your face, so I've grabbed this novel page. I guess it's a novel, I don't know. And it had the phrase, oh my gosh, what did it say? It said she was frightened and didn't know what to do about it, something like that. You'll see it in the end when I give you some of the detail shots. And I added a ton of detail shots because I'm telling y'all, some of the little details on this page are what are the best thing about it. So I'm going to glue that down and decide my circles still aren't standing out quite enough. So I'll grab a Uniball Signo gel pen in white and circle each of those circles messily, and then I'll be done with this page. I hope you enjoyed this. If y'all have any questions about anything I did or any of my products, or just want to say hi, please, in the comments box, say hi. I'd love to hear from you. All right, if you like this, give me a thumbs up. Please, please make sure to subscribe. And thank y'all so much for coming by and watching. Bye.